Hello student, welcome to my channel Physics for Everything. Today I discuss three basic topics of the capacitor or condenser. It is also important for your competitive exam and board exam. Now let's go to the chapter capacitor and condenser. Three basic topics. Number one, energy stored in capacitor. Number two, energy density. And number three, the last, electrostatic pressure. These three, now one by one I shall discuss three basic things of the capacitor. Before I have discussed about capacitor and condenser. Now the first we discuss about energy stored in capacitor. Energy, that is energy in the form of electric energy, is stored in the capacitor. We shall derive the equation of the energy of the capacitor and equation. Now let energy stored in capacitor. We know what is capacitor. The capacitor is we taken a two parallel plate conductor which are kept at a distance d, the cross section area A, and in the first plate is kept at potential V and it is grounded, so the potential energy of this plate is 0 and plus Q charge is given to the surface of the first plate. Obviously the negative is induced to the second one. So the total charge Q is stored in the capacitor, that is given to the system, or capacitor is plus Q charge. Now we have to calculate the total energy of the system. In this system we see that the plus Q charge is stored in potential V in plate 1. That is, this, to bring this charge in the potential V, we have to do what? This amount of work done in the form of potential energy is stored in the capacitor. If I calculate this potential energy, this work done, then we can calculate the total energy of the system. To do that, I think the dq, the dq amount of charge is taken from infinity to the seat. From infinity to the seat. Mind that. If I think this Q is not accumulated in the plate at an instant of time, gradually it is accumulated in the plate. That means if we consider that dq amount of charge is accumulated at the first time, then dq at a certain period of time, the total charge Q is accumulated in the plate. If I calculate dq is taken from the infinity to at that plate, we have to do work, and this amount of work done is stored in the potential V. So the work done to bring the dq amount of charge to the potential V will be dW, and we know work done means potential into charge V into dq, that is V into dq. Now we have to consider the system as a whole, that is total charge Q is accumulated in the plate. So the total charge we have to do integrate from 0 to Q. So the total charge total work done, that is W, that is V dq 0 to Q. We know C equal to Q by V, Q by V, that is V equal to Q by C. So if we write 0 to Q, Q by C dq, then 1 by C is a constant, is taken outside from the integration, Q dq, that is Q square by QC, 0 to Q, that is Q square by 2C. So the energy is E Q square by 2C. It is the form of and the derivation of the equation of the energy stored in the capacitor. One thing that in the form of QC, if Q equal to CV by 2, then 1 by 2C, C square V square half C V square. This is the another form also. If we put 1C is Q by V, that's Q by V into V, then half QV, it is the another form. These are the three forms, that is in the form of QC, in the form of CV, in the form of QV. Sometimes when you do the problem different, if you given the Q and C, then you have calculated the energy, you use this formula. If you in a problem if C and V is given to the system, this also you use this formula. In the form of charge and voltage, you have to use this formula to calculate to solve the problem on. Now the factor is that it is the total energy stored in the capacitor, it is nothing but in the form of electric energy. And electric energy is considered by capacitor and volt square. We know the mechanical energy, that is equal to half mv square. In the form of capacitor, this energy, this is not a mechanical energy, it is a electric energy, half C into V square. Here V is the voltage, C is the capacitor of the system. Okay? Now the second one, we have to calculate the derivation of energy density. It is very much important to do the problem. Sometimes the basic conception of energy density, and it is used in several problems. Energy density. Now, we know that the energy of the capacitor in the form of equal to half C V square. We know the capacitor, two parallel sheet, two plane parallel sheet, conductor sheet is kept at a distance d, voltage V, it is grounded, that is the uniform electric field in between the two plates, and Q is the charge given to the system. So we know the energy of the system is equal to half CV square. We know capacitor. What is the capacitor? Plane parallel capacitor is equal to epsilon 0 A by D. Well, epsilon is the absolute permittivity of the medium. So epsilon 0 A by D into V square. Here V is the voltage. Mind that this epsilon 0 is the absolute permittivity of the medium, that is, it is inside in this gap is poured in a vacuum. Now, if V, we know the potential V between the two capacitor is V equal to E into D, and E is the electric field between the plate, in the middle of the plate, that is sigma by epsilon 0, or V equal to E, taken E into D, equal to sigma by epsilon 0 into D, then half epsilon 0 A by D. We use this voltage in the form of ET, that is E square D square. Now The formula is half epsilon 0 E square into AD. That is, we taken the total energy, that is total energy. What is energy density? That is energy per unit volume. Energy per unit volume. Then U by V, that is small u. That is here V equal to area and D, A into D. So half epsilon 0 E square into AD by AD. So half epsilon 0 E square, that is small u. This is the derivation or equation of energy density. That is, energy density will depend upon the permittivity of the medium and the square of the electric field intensity. Now, if in between the gap between the two plates is kept the dielectric material like water, alcohol, others, any glycerin, the dielectric constant is K or electric permittivity is ER, then what will be the energy density? You have to calculate. What I say, that if some dielectric material is poured into the gap between the two plates, that is, it is poured with a dielectric material, then what will be the energy density? Then energy density will be the U equal to half epsilon 0 epsilon R into E square. Here we think that this is epsilon 0 into epsilon 0 R is the absolute permittivity of the medium, not the student will go to the wrong conception that if we put the dielectric constant of the system, then we will get the result. Not only that, this epsilon 0 is nothing but the absolute permittivity of the medium. If some dielectric constant is poured into the medium, then this dielectric constant and free-phase permittivity is the epsilon 0. So we know that what is absolute permittivity? Absolute permittivity is epsilon R relative permittivity or dielectric constant is the permittivity of that medium and free-phase permittivity in the air, that is epsilon 0. So absolute permittivity equal to epsilon 0 R. So here it is nothing but the half epsilon absolute into E square. That is the energy density if it is kept with a dielectric constant of epsilon 0 R. So we here know that two basic things, that is energy density and how it is related with capacitor and total energy of the system of the capacitor, and what is the electrostatic pressure. And sometimes if we go calculate the force, attraction force per unit area in between the two plates, then it is also is equal to the energy density of the system. That is why it is called electrostatic pressure. In the next video, we shall discuss about that what will be the force between the two plates when it is kept in electric field. Then the force is equation, force per unit area is nothing but the energy density of the system. So sometimes it is called this epsilon 0 half epsilon 0 E square is nothing but the force per unit area, that is pressure. This is called electrostatic pressure. It is also named as electrostatic pressure. Thank you to all of you. Now third, we shall discuss the very important thing. Sometimes is required to do the problem. You could not understand what equation we should taken in case of problem, and it is also important in a different competitive exam, that is electrostatic pressure. What do you mean by pressure? Pressure means in mechanical force, pressure means the force per unit area. Now we know what is the electrostatic pressure. If a charge is placed in a conductor, then the potential energy of the conductor will be increased. So the energy stored in the charged conductor will also increase. So the electrostatic force per unit area, it is also increases. That is, the conductor is now in pressure and electric pressure. That is in terms of electrostatic pressure. Now we calculate that what is electrostatic pressure and how we calculate the electrostatic pressure and what is the derivation of the electrostatic pressure, and it is required to do the problem. Now we start with the electrostatic pressure. What is the electrostatic pressure? To derive the equation, now we do the problem. Let suppose two conductors seat, that is plain parallel capacitor, plus Q charge is given to the surface of this conductor, first one, and in the second, that is minus charge is also given to the conductor. So the cross section area of this conductor is A, it is also A, it is rounded. Then what will be the, now we calculate what will be the force of attraction between these conductors. Due to this, that is at a minus Q charge is induced, that is plus Q charge is induced to the first one and second one. So what will be the force of attraction? Obviously it is plus Q charge, it is minus Q charge, obviously they are attract to each other. So now what will be the attraction, force of attraction? That is force we have to calculate. That is force F of attraction. Force of attraction. What will be the force of attraction? Now the electrostatic field for the single conducting sheet due to this plus Q charge will be E equal to sigma by 2 epsilon 0. We know it, we calculate it and derive it from the Gauss theorem. Also in Coulomb's theorem you can calculate that the force at any close point to the conductor conducting sheet, plain conducting sheet is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon. So that is force. We want to calculate the force. So the second plate experienced force F equal to minus Q into E is the sigma by epsilon 0. So minus Q into sigma by epsilon to epsilon 0. We can write E equal to sigma, so Q by A into 2 epsilon 0. Then we put minus Q square by 2 epsilon 0. That is the force. So we can write that is the force. Sometimes in calculate there is several problem in electrostatic, and it is important also for the competitive exam that two conducting sheet is placed, a conducting slab is inserted into the in between the two plates. Then what will be the force of attraction you have to calculate. Then it is this derivation is very much important. That is the equation of the force. The derivation of the force of equation is F equal to minus Q square by 2 epsilon 0 A. Now we can write F equal to minus Q square by 2 epsilon 0 A. So here, that is E. We write it in another way, minus, that is half epsilon 0 into, that is, we write epsilon 0, so in divided it is epsilon 0 square into q square into a, that is x square. Here we put extra a, so in denominator it is also multiplied with a, that is a square. So half epsilon 0 q square by epsilon 0 a the square into a. Mind it, what will be the electric field due to this at any point due to these two conducting sheets, that is equal to q by a epsilon 0. It is very much important to understand that first time we taken the electric field equal to sigma by 2 epsilon 0, that is q by 2a epsilon 0. But the conception is that due to when we calculate the force experienced by the second plate, then this electric field is due to the first one, so it is equal to q by 2 epsilon 0. But here we put it is when first and second two are adjacent to each other at a distance d and it is grounded, so it is a capacitor one. So the electric field equal to q by a epsilon 0. So that is half epsilon 0 square a. So force per unit area F by A equal to half epsilon 0 square. And we know in the mechanical system we also know the force per unit area is the equation of pressure, so we can write P equal to half epsilon 0 square. So the electrostatic pressure we can calculate. The electrostatic pressure, here it is clear that the electrostatic pressure of the capacitor, not only capacitor, the pressure for the two conducting sheets when adjacent to each other, then pressure will be P equal to half epsilon 0 square. It is same as energy density. So the electrostatic pressure is nothing but the energy density of the capacitor. When you do in the form of, we can derive it very clearly. The electrostatic pressure of a charge conducting sheet is P equal to epsilon 0 half into square. You can, using this formula, you can do the many problem. Sometimes a sphere of radius r, a simple sigma charge distribution of the surface charge distribution is given to the system. What will be the electrostatic pressure? So in the form of, we know that the electrostatic pressure means is nothing but the energy density, that is half epsilon 0 square. So the electrostatic pressure in the form of electrostatic pressure, that is P equal to half epsilon 0 square. If you put equal to sigma by epsilon 0, so half epsilon 0 sigma square by epsilon 0 square, sigma square by 2 epsilon 0. If sigma is the surface density charge of the sphere and epsilon 0 is the absolute permittivity of the medium, then the pressure of a charged spherical sheet is P equal to sigma square by 2 epsilon 0. The charge is, we know, a spherical surface of, you know, the bubble, water bubble. If a charge is given to the water bubble, then after sometimes what is the pressure, you have to calculate using this formula sigma square by 2 epsilon 0. Now in surface tension we also need that, we also know that a bubble, when its bubble is formed, water soap bubble or air bubble, water bubble, it is increases